We are a city that's sensitive to rainfall, but we're not necessarily built to handle all the types of rain that we do get. And so we have flooding, and we do have sewer overflows and the like, and the challenge is to try to keep our city safe and keep our waterways clean.
In Seattle, we have areas where our drainage system and our sewage system are combined into one pipe. When you flush your toilet, that water goes into the same pipe as any of the runoff that comes off of the roadway. Those systems are really designed to handle the sewage. They aren't designed to handle the really large amounts of water we get from rainfall during a big storm. We've got a combination of our rainwater and our sewage all in one pipe. That pipe can't handle how much volume is coming at it, and so it basically kicks it out into a water body through what we call an overflow. Our Genesee Combined Sewer Overflow project is designed to control that combination of sewage and rainwater so that we don't trigger an overflow. It's not reaching Lake Washington.
For this project, we're building 2 tanks. One tank is 120,000 gallons, and this tank here is actually 480,000 gallons. When the pipes do get overwhelmed, instead of dumping into the lake, it's going to dump into the tanks. And that's 500,000 gallons less of untreated sewage that it's going into the lake.
Seattle Public Utilities, one of our main missions in drainage and wastewater is really protecting water quality. And so a lot of our water quality work that I think we'll be doing into the future is really focused on how do we make those pollutants that are in our stormwater runoff not be introduced into Lake Washington or into Thornton Creek or into the Duwamish.
The history of Seattle is really built on the back of the Duwamish River. A lot of the work we do is working with businesses and residents to make sure that there aren't ongoing sources of pollution to the river.
Seattle Public Utilities is also the spill response team for the city of Seattle. And that's anything from a traffic accident to someone illegally dumping something into the stormwater system or a waterway. We're out there investigating.
A lot of pollution made its way into the river decades ago from manufacturing and lumber mills and aviation, and we are working with the businesses and the residents along the river and throughout the watershed to make sure that when we do get the river cleaned up, it stays clean. And when the river is clean, we'll be able to say that we had a hand in that.
We are on Thornton Creek. We're actually standing on the south branch of Thornton Creek. We've just finished restoring this floodplain, and we're seeing a nice meandering creek, and this looks more natural. It has logs that provide habitat and refuge for some of the salmonid species that use the creek. We have large rocks and stuff to help control the floodwaters. And one of the biggest things that we see is a wider creek. It's much wider than what it was beforehand. One of the things that Seattle Public Utilities drainage utility focuses in on is health and safety. This project specifically targets flooding, so we've removed a small culvert and we've replaced it with this larger bridge, and that allows the floodwaters to go underneath 35th Avenue Northeast and continue on their way down Thornton Creek out to the mouth and into Lake Washington.
So it's another rainy day in Seattle. The rainfall just picked up in intensity, and I just received an alert on my phone. Now this is for an application called Seattle Rain Watch, which Seattle Public Utilities helped develop. And what it does is it alerts us to rainfall of a certain intensity that might indicate some drainage impacts across the city. You can actually see at the neighborhood level that there is some intense precipitation about to head towards northeast Seattle. So it's heading right behind us. It's just an example of a tool that we developed to help us be better prepared and make better decisions. Seattle Public Utilities' goal is to provide essential services and protect this place for generations to come.